Hello folks, welcome to LexCIS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? 60 years has passed since your 1965 India-Pakistan war and still it matters. The question is why? See, one of the things about the wars is if you happen to forget it, you are often going to repeat the mistake again. Understanding? Now, if you're someone who likes getting to know about national affairs, international affairs, geopolitical issues, then LexCIS Academy is the right channel for you because it offers deep insight and analysis into each of these topics. Now, coming back. If you see about your 1965 war, it is usually called as forgotten war. Why? If you say about your Indo-Pak war, commonly the things that will come into mind is your 1971 war or your Kargil war. 1965 war is more on the silent ethos. One thing if you see is because 1960s ka decade, 1962 Indo-China war took the main stage. And 1971 ka victory or we can say the liberation of Bangladesh creates that unforgettable bond. But this 1965 is silent one, most often forgotten one, but the one which should not be forgotten. Why? We will be getting to know in the course of the video. First and foremost, if you see your 1965 war, one of the main things is why was it launched? If you see, in 1965 war, it is not much about what we lost, what we gained. Understanding? It was not about losing or winning. It was about gaining. What do I mean by this? First, let's look at it like a story. 1962 Indo-China war. Your Pakistan had felt that India is now in a weakened position. And it also felt that if there is any right time to attack India, it would be right now. Because 1960 to 1965 back on back front, if we attack India, will not be able to stand further the resistance. So this gamble was of your Ayub Khan, who was the Pakistan's military ruler, who believed that India is in a very weak stage, especially post year 1962. And also one of the reasons is because he used to claim that one Indian soldier, that is 10 Indian soldiers were apparently equal to one Pakistani soldier is what he believed. It is this delusion is what that costed a lot of things in the later coming period. So he started the concept of Operation. Pakistan brought 1965 to our doors with Operation Gibraltar, wherein they infiltrated into Jammu and Kashmir. Now, when they infiltrated into Jammu and Kashmir, the assumption was that suddenly the people will now all be like, yes. Now, the people who are coming in, that is all the armed men were brought in Jammu and Kashmir. And they felt that the people in Jammu and Kashmir will rise up and now see them as liberators and then they will lead into a huge revolt and finally Jammu and Kashmir can be separated is what he assumed. But reality is no such revolts happened. And also, seeing the fast in which Pakistan was coming, one of India's bold move or a master stroke was capturing your Haji Pir Pass. Look at this in the map, Haji Pir Pass is more of in your Pir Panjal Pass range. Okay, this is mainly done to cut off your infiltration because this pass was very easier for them. It's not unlike our Uri and all, right? Now then what happened, your Pakistan, now it saw, okay, this is not going to work out. It launched Operation Grand Slam in Chamba Jurayan sector. One of the main goal was to capture your Aknor bridge on river Chenab and cut off India's communications. This was a surprise attack. Understanding, this was launched under Commander General Akhtar Malik. Now, this would have continued. This was a surprise attack. India had not expected this. This would have continued, but because of the identity of your Akhtar Malik, your Pakistan didn't want him or they didn't see exactly the concept of complete true Muslim, all that concept came in, and in between they changed the leadership from General Akhtar Malik to your General Yahya Khan. Now once General Yahya Khan came in, he asked for 24-hour pause. Whatever that surprise attack was there, that lost momentum here is because of this pause, because India recuperated here. And here India reinforced your Aknur, wherein the Pakistan's chance of proceeding further slipped away. And irrespective of the fact that one bitter pill we have to swallow here is that India was forced to return your Hajipur in the Tashkent Agreement. But one lesson we learned was lesson of preparedness. We couldn't let the Pakistan just be 4 kilometers away waiting for the next war. Another thing about your India, how India struck back was it opened Lahore front. This was a very bold move right into Pakistan's heartland. And this was also with your Battle of Dogra, where 3 legendary jets, they as much as possible they started hitting your tanks, destroying, understanding. Your Pakistan here had one ace up its sleeve. That was your 1st Armoured Division. It threatened the Amritsar and your Jalandhar axis. Before seeing further how the strategy was maintained, now if you're someone who is looking forward to kickstart your UPSC civil service journey preparations, look no further. You have found the right spot with Legacy IS Academy. One of the main things about Legacy IS Academy is it maintains its batch size at strictly 40 member per limit, so as to provide you personalized and individualized training. It also offers one-on-one mentorship, easy access to educators, daily mains answer writing challenge, prelims mock test series, interview mock test panel, current affairs classes, CSAT classes, all done in a holistic manner. For those of you who want to attend the batch online or offline, we conduct our courses in both offline as well as online medium. For those of you who are working professionals, we also conduct our classes in both weekday as well as weekend batches. For more information, you can contact the number given below or check out Legacy IAS Academy website. If you want to see how the classes work, you can schedule a demo class either online or offline. Now coming back to the topic. Now, how India's strategy or the turning point was with your Battle of Asal Uttar or Punjab. Indian infantry started destroying all your tanks and they started destroying your Patton tanks. And important things here you have to see is your Havildar Abdul Hamid, well, one of the 4 grenadiers who destroyed several tanks, and further later they were awarded Paramveer Chakra. And Pakistani momentum started to be broken. Understanding? One of the things is also about the fact that your Battle of Chavinda or Sialkot sector. Now in this, the Pune Horse Regiment and your infantry, all this started displaying exceptional grit. They were, one of the main things here was the regiment. Even though, understanding, your Pakistan's main aim was to cut off communications, they went on sector to sector, feeling the ground, and then they were taking the decision. They were not just responding, they were setting the course of the sectors. Understanding? And by almost, if you see, by mid-September, the conflict had started coming to an end because both were having huge amount of bloodshed in their hands. Lieutenant General Harbaksh Singh was one of the biggest and decisive thing for us in 1965. He refused to retreat to baseline. He stabilized the Punjab front. His leadership showed complete importance of the need of the chiefs to see how the ground reality is, build up the morale. Understanding? One of the main things about a narrative of the war, that is, it's not about a war is won through or a war can be remembered about your losses or gains. Your Pakistan declared 6th September as Victory Day. That is, we didn't go into the heartland also, right? Wherein it is because they said it is the perception, that is what you construct the idea around the war also starts mattering. So, if you see, wars are not just fought with guns but also with your narratives. See, your Pakistan took this 1965 war, even gave September 6th as Victory Day. But in India, we rarely remember your Dogra, Asli Uttar or your Hajipur. Largely, if we say India-Pak war, it will be either 1971 or Kargil. Understanding? So why 1965 still matters? Because India, yes, 1962 was a shocker to us. 1965 was also a shocker, but we never settled. We came back with resilience. We took the confidence to fight back. This was the importance of your 1965 war. Understanding? And this should not be forgotten, and this should be taught in schools, because your military lessons forgotten are bound to reoccur. Understanding? So 1965 war is not just a history but a strategic memory, and which showcases how much preparedness is crucial, how much the role of leadership matters, and how the narratives shape the outcomes. With this, we come to the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.